Our police don't deserve a free pass on the use of force, but they don't deserve uninformed judgment on this important issue either.
I think it's important to look for opportunities to educate the public and everyday residents like myself on what happens behind the scenes, all of the training that the officers go through, all of the different factors they have to consider. I wouldn't want to be in that position, but I think it's important to have an understanding of what that is.
The most interesting part was learning how the VPD is reacting to the changing social media landscape, which is something that media also has to work with. So I was very surprised, pleasantly so, and very interested to see, for example, how the presence of bystanders with cameras is factored into training exercises.
I always, I think, understood that it was very difficult situations they had to deal with, but to actually go through a stimulation, to have the role playing and the sound and just how fast things change and the unexpected of what's around you. But it goes to show how difficult it is to make those decisions and how you have little time to make them.
Everybody is an amateur journalist these days, running around with cell phone cameras, and the reality of police training is that it has to evolve, and it has to come out of the data that they have. It has to be driven by the data for that particular jurisdiction. What are they seeing? What are they experiencing, and how to address that most appropriately?
Canadian policing is among the best in the world. It's disturbing when you see some incidents on television, and I think members of the police community are equally disturbed by some of these incidents that we see. But those incidents are carefully investigated. Criminal charges are laid when it's appropriate, and usually the right outcome occurs in those rare circumstances where officers have acted outside the scope of the law.
We're doing a great job. I think we're in the top 10, I would argue, if not the top 5 in the world. I think Canadian police do an excellent job.
It's important for police to be involved in educating the public, including academia, the judiciary, oversight bodies, in the reality of use of force encounters. Because when they don't have an understanding of those things, charges are maybe put forward when they shouldn't be. And when the evidence is entered on that reality, then we see acquittals, and that undermines confidence in oversight. It undermines confidence in the judiciary. We can prevent some of that just by providing that education out front in the first place.
Hopefully, this first module has provided you with some enhanced insight into how and why Canadian police use force.